you tell us your major influence on those jazz musicians or on your jazz career?
Influenced by all the masters. I've had teachers in college, and my main mentor is Jimmy Heath, one of the great tenor masters. James Moody was a master of mine before and a mentor before he passed away, and Frank West. So many Slide Hampton. Some of the real giants have been real influential in my career.
You are touring and recording and performed with a lot of great names like Dizzy Gillespie, Warren Hargrove, and a lot of names, Lindsey Wilson, Nat Elderly. So can you tell us or share to us unforgettable experience with those with all this experience?
I mean, there's so many experiences to talk about. I remember playing with Dizzy Gillespie, and I had studied that music a lot, but when I got on the bandstand, I really got scared. And this is right before he passed away. And he just had a way of making me feel comfortable on the bandstand, because I was thinking Charlie Parker stood right here. There's nothing that I'm going to play that's going to impress Dizzy Gillespie because he created the language.
Yeah.
But he did something in his gesture that relaxed me and allowed me to play, and I learned a lot from that situation. And I respected him even more, besides being a giant, that knowing that he was very ill at the time, but he still played the music on the highest level. So that was one of the highlights of my life, playing with him.
You know that people have up and down, and I saw your field performance, and you always very energetic, very motivate me, of course. And so for the musicians like the young stage, they always have the obstacles to the road to success. So how do you ever have some feelings you want to give up, or you have a downtime, and how you overcome them?
You just have to continue. You have walls. You hit a wall, you knock through it. There's another wall, or a lesson. You have a lesson. Until you learn that lesson, you keep on getting it, and then you knock past it. So perseverance and to love it, and to just continue, even if nobody else believes in you, and never give up, and you'll get there. And the thing is, there are many different levels to success. Maybe you're world famous. Maybe you're just famous in your neighborhood. Maybe you just play in a hotel. I tell my students that all the time. Maybe you're not going to play the big jazz festivals. Maybe you're not going to travel the world. Maybe you play 7 days a week piano in a hotel. You still won because you're playing music every day.
Yeah.
But people lose sight of that because everybody wants to be famous and everybody wants to be acknowledged. But that's not everybody's road. I don't know how I got picked. I got very, very lucky to have this lifestyle, but it was something that I never dreamt about. Some people dream about moving to New York and doing it. I never thought about that. I was going to school and just practicing, and maybe that's what helped me a little bit.
I know that you are also teaching in Queen's College and also perform all around the world. So I'm also doing some things like that. I teach to the beginners and also some gigs. And sometimes I find it's hard to balance both of them because I want to practice, but I have to work. So how do you balance of these two?
I was hoping you would tell me how to do it. It's difficult. At different times, different things take precedent. Sometimes the teaching takes most of my time, and then other times the practicing. So I don't know if there's ever, for me, a complete balance. And then I have martial arts too. So I have three things that I'm dealing with. It's just I try to give equal time to everything, but on a given day, something might take. Maybe today was more kung fu. Maybe this day I had to teach many hours today. The next time, I'll practice more. So I think it's just being consistent.
And I also would like to know for I think for beginners the improvement is significant, but for how about the intermediate and to advanced level players? How do you advise for them how to do to have the continuous improvement? Because I think it's hard.
Well, again, you have to continue to persevere. You have to be consistent. Finding players that you can play together and grow with. You know, whether it be learning compositions, whether it be just listening together. You know, listening and trying to find the elements that make the music sound good and discuss that. So when you're playing, say, "Oh, we listened to that recording. Let's try to imitate that." Finding musicians that are at higher levels to play with to raise your level. Masters, you know, just trying to get the information, but you know, along with listening a lot, you have to play every day too. You have to play a lot.
And the last question is actually an interesting questions because I also love photography and I read the book. There's a book from Take Some Photos by Liquor. You know, Charlie Parker and some people play the Liquor Stream. That's actually the song composed for her. Okay. She is a friend of those musicians. Yeah. So she have a book called The Three Wishes. Yeah. So now I'm thinking maybe I also will do a project. So I'm interested for nowadays the jazz musicians. What if the three wishes can become true? What are your three wishes? Just an interesting questions.
Yeah, I mean, you put me on the spot with that one. You know,
Miles Davis says he wanted to be right.
Yeah, and he was most of the time, right? I mean, yeah. One of my wishes at this stage in the game is I would like to have a family now. Mm-hmm. You know, because I've worked so long to have a career and stability, mm-hmm. but that's one aspect of my life I haven't had. So that's a wish. I wish to be free in my spirit to really be happy, and whatever that definition is, because happy is different for everybody, but to be happy and content, and where I feel comfortable and don't have to explain myself, you know, because for many years I've wanted approval and all stuff, and now I don't want to have approval. I don't need it, you know. You want to have approval, but it's not that big of a deal, you know. If I had to have a third wish, it's just for peace in the world, you know. I mean I can think of a lot of things, good health and all those things but I'm concerned about the future generations. I'm concerned about the environment, and you know, I mean, today was a very, very hot day, right? And it was probably one of the hottest days in 100 years or plus years. So that whole idea of global warming, that means it's really going on, you know. The things that they put in the water with the fish, you know. Even in the ground, it's supposed to be organic food, but if the soil is tainted, so I'm concerned about the future. The Earth is going to be here. We might not be here, but the Earth is going to be here. We've done so much damage to this place, so that would be a wish of mine, that we would have peace, health, and a healthy environment. Hi, this is Anotonio Hart, and you're watching Music in Music.